welcome back to my channel. My name is Elise, and today I'm going to be telling you all about my Disney audition experience. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Elise, and I just started this YouTube channel to share with you my thoughts and experiences of being a Christian college student here on a college campus. I go to school in Orlando, Florida. I am a huge Disney fan. I love to travel, and I just really want to share my adventures on YouTube here for you guys. So I auditioned for the Voices of Liberty this month, which, if y'all don't know what that is, it is a select ensemble, a cappella ensemble that performs at Epcot at Walt Disney World in the American Adventure Pavilion. So they hosted their auditions this month, and I really wanted to go. So the Voice of Liberty is my dream job at Walt Disney World, and I hope one day I will be cast in the ensemble. I have a few friends that are in the Voice of Liberty, and they've given me a lot of amazing advice on how to audition and go about the whole process, so I wanted to talk about it on here and help you guys out if you are interested in also auditioning for the Voice of Liberty. I couldn't find any audition experience videos on YouTube that weren't the candlelight auditions, so I just wanted to talk about the process and everything, and let you know everything that happened through the first round. I did not get a call back to the second round, which was expected. There were 350 people there, and they called back about 30. So it was a really small callback rate, and I was not expecting to get called back at all. One of my professors who's in the Voices of Liberty now said that she auditioned 4 times before she got in, and another one of my professors auditioned 6 times before he got in. It's pretty ridiculous how difficult it is to get in there, but my goal for this audition was to go and introduce myself to the casting director so that he could know who I am and start kind of making connections that way. So the audition was at 10 a.m. at the Animal Kingdom rehearsal facility, and check-in started at 9. So me and my friends drove down to Disney and got there at 8:07. I was number 37, so I was a pretty early number, and I was really excited because I thought it was kind of good because I wasn't the very first person to go, but I was near the beginning, and I got called back within the first 20 minutes to sing. So that was really nice. But basically we got there. They let us in earlier than they said they would. They let us in about 8:30 to get numbers, not at 9. So the guy was super nice, super friendly, and he gave us our numbers and then just said, go and hang out and get coffee or do whatever, and then come back around 10 when we start. So we went to Starbucks and brought in our music and kind of reviewed everything before we got back. When we got back, it was about 9:45 before they started. And basically the casting director, his name is Mark, and he came out and gave us a few notes of what they were looking for, and just said, you know, don't be discouraged if you don't get a call back. We encourage you to come back again. Like, it's not because we don't like you, it's just because you're not necessarily what we're looking for at this moment. And so that was encouraging for sure. Basically, they call back people in groups of 15. So I was number 37, so I was in the 3rd group. So they called like numbers 1 through 15, go back, and then they would sing and everything, and then they would call 15 through 30, go back, and then they called our group, which was 30 through 45, and we all lined up in our numerical orders. We walked further back into the building into a hallway that was right outside of the room. So when we were back there, we were all just kind of standing there. I was with my 2 friends, and they were, one was in front of me and one was behind me, and so I would just encourage you probably not to talk really to anybody. Don't let them get in your head and psych you out. It's definitely a very personal process, what you're planning to sing and how you're going to perform it, and just know that, like, as long as you've practiced before, which I'm sure you have, like, you'll be fine. It's not the end of the world if you don't get a call back, but it, like, you would be mad at yourself if you psyched yourself out right before it. So try not to do that for sure. So my friend went in front of me, and she kind of psyched me out a little bit. Not to blame her. I love her. She's amazing. But she went, and then the casting director actually asked her to sing her song again with a few corrections. And I could hear that through the room because the piano stopped, and so I was ready to go straight back in. A few seconds later, the piano started again. So of course I was really happy for her, but I was also kind of like internally psyched out that he did ask her to sing again. So I got into the room, and The accompanist had played for me before at a competition actually the week before, so I knew him really well. You know, he's my Facebook friend. I'd been texting him to prepare the music the week before, so that was really good to go in to the audition seeing a familiar face. He was super sweet, super kind. I gave him my music. I pointed out where to go before I even talked to the casting director. Pointed out the music, gave my tempo, told him the spots where I'd be taking a breath and everything. And then I walked over to the table, and it was just one person in there, that same Mark, the casting director, and that was it. And it was really not too intimidating at all. He was really nice. He smiled. He took a lot of notes and wrote things down when I was performing. And so, like, don't freak out if they're not looking at you. If they're writing stuff down, like, that's very normal. They're doing that for everyone. They're taking notes so that they can remember everyone, because seeing 350 singers in one day is ridiculous. Like, that is so crazy to try to remember every single person. At the end of my audition, he asked, because my name is Margaret Elise, he asked if I went by Margaret or Elise for future notice, and I told him I went by Elise, and then basically said, great, thanks so much for coming in, and then I left. And it was a 30-second experience once I was in the room, and it was very, it went by so quickly, like literally it felt like a blink and it was over. So basically we were out by about 10:35, 10:40 or so, because we did get there so early, and I actually made it back on campus here at school in time for my 11:30 class. So it was a really short, really good, easy, encouraging Disney experience. This was my very first Disney audition, so it was daunting to be in a room with so many people where you realize everyone is so talented. The girl I sat next to had actually been cast in The Voices of Liberty as a substitute, and she was coming back to audition for a full-time role. So, like, things like that, like, you know, everybody in the room is really, really good. But we had 4 girls from our school go, and 2 of them actually got callbacks. So it was really impressive. The girl who went before me got a callback, and then another girl did. So we were super excited and happy for them. Of those 2, one of them made it all the way to the final round. So she's just waiting to see if she does get a call from them, and she said it'll be about a month or so before she finds out. But I just think that that is so crazy, and we're so excited and so proud of her. Because I am a freshman, I was really not expecting anything huge or like crazy to come out of it, and honestly I could not take a job anyway if I was offered one all the way down at, on Disney property. Like, it would not happen. So I am grateful for exactly the way everything played out. It was how I planned my cards, and so definitely in this world, if you are trying to make it as a performer, it's all about who you know and your connections. And so I would just say, like, my biggest piece of advice is make connections with people down here if you want this job. If you know about the Voices of Liberty, like, watch as many YouTube videos of their songs as possible so you can kind of know what's going on and, like, their style of sound. Don't pick out a song that's like belty and solo-ish, because this is a group ensemble. It's not a solo ensemble. And so things like that definitely keep in mind. Dress up really nice. This is the dress that I wore for my audition. I don't know if you can tell, but it is a Tommy Hilfiger, just little cute zip-up dress, and it has a little tie that goes in the front like this. The majority of the people at the audition were really dressed up, about the same level as how I was, so definitely come prepared to look really nice and professional. Don't come like it's not a dance audition, so you won't be moving or trying to do any choreography or anything like that. So don't wear leggings and sneakers. Wear business attire like you're preparing for a business-like job for this, for sure. But yeah, just look really professional, smile, be nice, talk to every single person in the room. They are there to cast Disney performers, which sounds really obvious, but when you think about the people, when you go to Disney World and when you look at people who work at Disney, everyone is nice, everyone is friendly, everyone's encouraging and waving and so happy to be there, or they act happy to be there. And so definitely keep that in mind before you show up to auditions like that, because they really are looking for people who are 100% the Disney look. So yeah, keep that in mind for sure. don't be nervous, don't be scared. Like, it's probably impossible not to be nervous, but it was a really positive experience. I was never upset at any point. I didn't like cry or anything that I didn't get a call back like that. I didn't, because I wasn't expecting it, and I just know how to better prepare for next year. So I guess that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in the video today. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like me enough to press that subscribe button, that could be cool. I don't know how to do this. This is my second video, so don't judge me yet. I'm getting the hang of it. But thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye!